Hello. We are
Hi.
here at the studio for the first time.
Yes.
In a
Nice and distanced.
Super far away. Welcome to Sweet Tea and Pearls. I'm Ash.
I'm Shelby.
And we are so glad to have you here tonight. I hope that we're speaking loud enough because we're away from our computers tonight.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello out there.
From TV land. So what is everybody doing? We're going to wait a little bit for people to pop on. We are just here tonight to work on our planners. We talked about it last week.
Yes. So I have the jazz hand out. Did you see that?
It helps. The jazz hand helps.
Yes. Well, they're so fun. I mean, look at our fun planners. Take a moment and observe the cuteness. I mean,
I got gold on mine, and look, I paid for the coil. It matches. This is my teacher planner. It's an Erin Condren teacher planner. And what do you have?
I have an Emily Lay simplified planner because I need simple at this stage in my journey. Because I'm all over the place.
Absolutely.
So, and I have gold on mine as well. We're both representing. It has pineapples with little gold flecks in them. So
those are pretty. And look, we've got this whole spread out. So we're going to talk about stuff for your planner. So tell us what you're doing. Tell us what's going on. We'll bring you on and say hi to you. So we'd love to see what everybody's doing tonight.
What's your favorite planner?
Who does your favorite planner? Who does what?
Who does it?
What?
Yep.
Do you have a favorite planner? Is it a wall planner? Big news. If you saw our video last week, I started working on a kid planner.
Yes.
It's for early learners. Kindergarten or pre-K through about second-ish grade. And I got us our beta test group. I've ordered them. They're going to be here on Wednesday next week.
Yay.
I think it's Wednesday.
And they are the coolest. If you have kids, you want this, they want this, you need this.
I'm excited.
It is so awesome. Ash has worked so hard on it, and it is beautiful.
I can't wait to put my hands on this. So we're beta testing a very small group of them and I'm gonna work with some early teachers like kindergarten, first grade, and get their feedback on what should go in it. Because what I did without telling anyone is include standards. So kindergarten standards, early learner standards, like being able to tell the beginning and the middle and the end of your day.
Yes.
Social emotional well-being by identifying your feelings at the end of the day.
Love it. And this woman knows what she's talking about because she's a teacher as well. So she knows her standards.
We had to study them. So that was really important to me as I was planning it. So I wanted something that was developmentally appropriate for our early learners, because I feel like they get to an age where it's required to have an agenda book at school, but you're so busy in school going over your standards, you don't go over life skills like organization, because you can't. There's no time. So I'm hoping it kind of works hand in hand with that. So I can't wait to share it with you. Hopefully next Thursday, we'll be able to share the beta test with you and actually look at it, feel it, touch it, and talk about it. So it's not in its final stage, but I'm excited about it.
And it's awesome. Have you done the cover?
I've done the open page where it says this planner belongs to.
Okay.
So that's an addition. You have not seen that.
I've not seen it.
What's going to come on the planner is actually a clear front and a clear back. So you'll see straight through it. This is the beta test. And you'll see just the back page, and you'll see the this planner belongs to page, and that's it. That's not the final version. It's just the beta version. So
awesome.
Yes. So let's get to talking about all of our planner stuff. Now, if you're on here, we'd love to hear what your favorite planner is. Give us some comments. Comment below, like us, tell us what you're working on.
Yes.
And we all know this is the word for the rest of the year is flexible.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I've been working on my calendars that are not at all the same thing because they go on a little stand and they're like 5x7. They're little. They're desk calendars. But I'm thinking I had the perfect idea for a giveaway for those when I was trying to sleep one night. This is the way my brain works, y'all. It's kind of scary. I thought I should partner with a pencil company and do a giveaway because look what happens when we write in ink on our 2020 calendars. I've already had to cross junk out because, well, you can't see it, but because it's changed.
It has. And you know what? Stickers can come in handy for that. So if you haven't seen, so these sticker books, there's always, look, somewhere in it, look, you have to cover one of the days up. You can.
I'm going to need to do that because totally, as soon as I got this, I got all excited and I wrote in ink our school calendar.
Yep.
And then guess what, y'all? It got pushed back 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we're waiting until after Labor Day. We've got to be flexible.
Yeah.
You know, and also the end date got pushed back and now there's no fall break. So now all of this.
All your stuff in pen.
Yeah.
So maybe
use a pencil. That's my tip to everyone from now on. Except I brought a cool pen because I can't help myself. But you know.
And be okay with adding stickers that can cover it up and change it. So
and white gel pens.
Yes.
These are our friends, y'all.
So embrace that.
Embrace the flexibility. Because we're all just winging it right now, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
So you haven't used a lot of this stuff before.
No, I haven't. I'm thrilled to get to. This is fabulous.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pumped.
Yes.
So
what are your favorites? What are your secrets here?
Okay, so I love holders. My favorite stickers. Okay. And I fully admit that I don't think this is everybody's because I like to color. I love color. I love patterns. Mm-hmm. So I love washi tape with patterns. I love things with patterns on it. But my favorite stamps are these because they're little holders. They're perfect for little things like you have a presentation today or there's a test or whatever. And they're cute little banners and they come in different shapes. So I love that. That's my favorite. This is my absolute favorite stamp pad.
I love it.
And I've
never seen anything like this. This is all new to me. So I'm geeking out.
My favorite my sticker book is actually plain stickers. It's not colorful ones. It's plain openings that look like doodles or gold doodles.
Ooh.
And I just love them.
And then you get to do the doodling.
Yeah, and then I can draw on them or color in them, and I like that. So I'm a goober, and I love those. My other favorite stickers are these flower ones because I love all things floral. And what I love about these is that these are all clear stickers. So they are super fun. This is one of my favorite pages. But they are beautiful. So let me grab one. Oh, look and see here. Look, that's so
awesome? Pretty. Yes.
And look at that. You can just jazz up any page.
Those are inspiring me for my calendar.
Yes.
I need to
steal this page from me. So come look at it. See, so it's a clear sticker, so it's not going to hurt anything.
Oh, wow.
And I can just add it in the corner or wherever I want to add it, and it doesn't cover anything up.
So pretty, and look how fancy it looks.
Right? It just makes it a little bit more bougie. So
you know what?
Those are my favorite.
Thank you. She just passed it right to me because she knows my style.
I know you need it.
You know I need it. Oh my word! Look at this. It has like gold foil accents.
Don't you love that?
See the sparkle?
I love the little bit of gold.
Hey! Trying to let the light catch it.
I love it. So hold on. You're probably on my page.
This is so fun. Oh my goodness.
So, oh darn, I can't find it. Okay, so I love it. I love the flower ones.
Is it on?
It may be on yours. I don't know.
I'll check.
So some of the others, like these, you can get at Hobby Lobby. They are the Happy Planner books.
which I've had before, and those are super cool. I don't know. Have you ever had a Happy Planner book?
I've never gotten, well, actually last year I bought the Happy Planner for my girls, and they're just too young. My girls this year are going into kindergarten and first grade. So they're just really young.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had one for myself before, and they're really cool because I think I may have told you about it. They're the ones that you can like tear out the paper and then put it back in.
Well, and I bought a hole punch for it. So if you get them again, I have the hole punch up here for it.
I almost got one this year, but then I didn't because, I went for I had to simplify. I think that anyone could have come up with a planner and called it the Simplified Planner, and I would have been like,
done well. Yeah.
Yes. I'm making crazy eyes.
I love any kind of opening. I love these jars. There's like little extra things you can do with the jars.
Oh, I love a good jar.
Yes. So
we all.
I have to play with all of them though. I feel like my girls, I let them play with some of these and they've lost some of their sticky, which makes me a little sad.
Look at this. Look at this.
How pretty is that? Zoom in on that so people can see.
Do you see that little sticker I just added?
See, look, I love this too.
Fancy? Ooh,
that's a really good one.
Yes.
This is a great one.
So fun, y'all. There's so much.
All right, so I gotta think through the month. So I'd love for y'all to tell us what you're working on. Tell us your planner. Have y'all been doing anything lately? We started in service. And I think the first thing, I'm going to give everybody a mask tip if you haven't really been in the public yet. Mask tip. If you're going to be in the public for a bit, like in service, wear makeup from here up. All my coworkers that, right? And the longer that you are in service, the more makeup is just inside your mask. And so I feel like this is the year, it makes me think of bathing suit tans, like your tan lines.
Yes.
We're going to have mask makeup lines. So just put on eye makeup.
Some people are going to be getting some mask tan lines, I bet. Not at in-service, but,
So I have a sneak that I want to share from last year. If you do the Erin Condren planner, there's a year plan in it. So I'm going to zoom in and show y'all this. So this is the Erin Condren teacher planner. It starts off with contacts. You put your contacts and communication log in. There's a year where you can kind of bullet things. What I like about this view is that I can use, I love this. I can use, okay, so I have these little stamps and I have little, like the teeny tiny stickers. So find your teeny tiny stickers like these guys, and you can put them over the numbers. So you can see, like, I love this for birthdays, like big holidays. You can just visually see.
Oh, I love it.
And it's nice to just look at. One side is 2020, one side is 2021. The next page over is the year plan. And the way that they have it, I've already covered it up, so you're going to have to remember. Well, the way that they publish it is that it starts off in August, and then it goes down the page. So it goes August, September, October, November, December, January, and then it comes over here. And it might even start in July or something. Mm-hmm. So what bothers me about that is that I want it to go across the whole page.
Yes.
That's the way my brain works. I don't want to just go here and then go here. So I cover up all of those months with my own.
I love it.
Mine goes August, September, October, November, December, January, and so on, all the way down.
As it should.
Because that makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. So my suggestion for you is if you love one of the pages of your calendar and it doesn't do what you want it to do, just put a sticker over it and fix it.
Put a sticker on it.
Fix it. Make it the way it needs to be. And see, even right now, it's kind of plain. So I'm going to jazz it up a bit.
I like that little bookmark.
This you can buy from Erin Condren. They come in groups of 3, and they're great bookmarks. You just put them where you need them and peel them back when you want to go somewhere else.
I love it.
Yes.
And what is a calendar if you don't get to do lettering? that's what's just about to happen right now. I need to write my name in here.
You do.
So when did you first start getting into planners? When did you discover them?
Well, I'm a digital person, and I love my iPad. I love drawing in my iPad, and I've been looking since the iPad Pro came out and I got it for a digital planner that I like. And I haven't found one. I've subscribed to several. I've tried several out.
Well, you know what that means. It's only a matter of time until
I know.
you
I
make
feel
it.
like I have to make it.
You do. That's like the backstory of every successful thing. Well, I was looking for such and such, and I couldn't find it. So I made it. And that's why I made the kid planner. Yes.
Because I couldn't find it. So I started there, and that's where we're at. But what frustrates me about all the digital adult planners is that I don't know if I'm going to be able to solve this problem. I don't like that none of them integrate with my digital calendar.
Oh.
None of them have the ability to. So cool. Paul has talked to me about how Apple is really specific about not letting things mesh with their iCal code and their the iCal code, the calendar coding, and there's just stuff in coding. Like if I made a digital calendar, I'd want it to be pretty and fun to do.
Right.
But I want it to work and be pushed into my
sync it up.
Yeah, I want it to be pushed and synced into my calendar feed. But then I want it to be pretty where I go make it happen. And I can take notes and do whatever I need to do.
And this should not be raising the bar too high.
I mean, it's 2020, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't exist.
Yet.
Mm-hmm. And Paul tells me that he doesn't think that what I want can happen. So I feel like one day, anything can happen given enough money.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what happens. So that's where I was for years. But I see all my friends at school working in planners and doing fun things, and I'm not doing that, and I'm busy being jealous. So last year, my friend Jessica turned me on to the planner world. And that's what happened.
And you know what happens? There's no going back from that world once you get there.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. I have a friend, and every year I texted her and told her that we were doing this tonight, so perhaps she'll be making an appearance at some point, but I think she's putting her kids to bed right now. But every year we have our annual calendar conversation, and it's really funny because one of us will call the other and say, you know what we hadn't talked about yet this year, and the other one says planners. And and then we have to go through it all together and talk about all of the details. And it's funny because it kind of reminds me of my girls, because I have, if you don't know me, I have two twins. Well, obviously two, because they're twins. They're two. They come in sets of two.
They come in pairs.
And they're 8, and they're girls, and they crack me up to no end.
So a pretty background at least, a start.
Look at that.
I may put some tape down there.
Well, they will say to each other, say they're going to spend the night at their grandparents' house. They will say to each other, let's go upstairs and talk about everything that we're going to do this weekend. And they will. They'll go up there and they will talk about it. And then an hour later, I will go up there and say, are y'all ready for a snack or anything? And they're like, no, we're talking about what we're going to do this weekend. And they're still talking about it. They're making lists. There are lists up there of things that need to be packed. There are possible, whatever they choose to talk about, they will talk the mess out of it. And I feel like that's what we do with planners every year. Me and my friend, we're like, let's talk about planners. And then we get serious and we have a big planner talk. So maybe she'll make an appearance at some point on here.
That would be fun.
Her kids successfully go to sleep.
So I'm going to get some scissors. That's the one thing I didn't get.
Well, you got to have those.
Yes, I'm going to cut down some washi tape.
Well, yeah. Look at all this washi tape. I mean, we are very well stocked in washi tape. We have 3 drawers full. I love it so much. I'm just about finished my inaugural lettering here.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so I like this washi tape this floral, but it's too fat. I needed a little
Ooh.
skinnier. So fun. Oh, look at the butterflies on the next page.
Oh my goodness.
Look at those butterflies. Aren't those pretty? I may need some of those too.
You know, we have seen some of the prettiest butterflies lately.
Man, the clouds recently have been amazing. Oh,
Yes.
Tammy, how are you? Oh. Friend of mine, Tammy, cannot believe how you hold your pen. Now,
Yes.
Tammy's a friend of mine. We've talked about this, Tammy. Shelby's a calligrapher, so Shelby, like, show everybody what you're doing.
This is my work in progress over here. I'm writing my name because it belongs to me, so I've got to write my name pretty.
So Shelby's profession, she is a calligrapher. And she does classes when we're not in the middle of COVID. We have classes at the studio, and Shelby does her work and teaches here, and it's awesome. But every time we have a class, we talk about how she holds her pen.
And I'm here to tell you that I used to make bad grades in handwriting in elementary school. And by bad grades, I mean like a G instead of an E. But
right.
Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything.
Or competitive.
But the reason why is not because of the handwriting. The handwriting was fine. It was because of the way that I held my pencil. And I refused to change because I may or may not be a little bit stubborn. And this may have been a quality that reared its head very early on in life.
Yeah.
It works. It works for me. So
yeah.
I actually had to take one of my girls to what is it? An occupational therapist? Who are the people that help you with like auditory kinds of issues?
Oh, a speech pathologist?
Yes. And she saw the way that I was holding my pencil, and she said, "It's not too late to change that." And I said, and I was like being nice to her and being polite and being like, "I'm really trying to act interested," but really I'm thinking, "Oh, yes, it is." If none of my elementary teachers could break me of this,
they tried to beat it out of her.
No way are you. So
that's what happened. That's what happened.
Here we are.
I know.
Decades down the road.
Don't think we don't laugh about it.
No. And I try to encourage people with that because I say, look, if I can do lettering holding my pencil this way, then surely to goodness anyone can do it.
Right. God has a plan.
Yes, it all works out.
What the devil meant for harm, God meant for good.
That's right. Oh, look, she has my Memphis print. Yay!
Oh, I love it.
Yes. We have that on coffee cups now.
I feel like I need that. It's super cute.
My mom and my dad needed that. So they were like some of my first two customers. Both of them did. I said, you can have any print that I make on the coffee cup, because now that's something that we can do. Thanks to our wonderful printer, and they wanted the Memphis print. And I have to say it works well because it wraps around it nicely.
It's really cute.
Good on a coffee cup, as it turns out.
Who knew?
Who knew? The possibilities are endless.
I just love it. I think it's awesome. And it makes me laugh. I love your handwriting and how you hold your pens. I enjoy. It just makes me smile.
Well, thank you. It's unique, if nothing else.
Here I am jazzing up. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just putting stickers on, making it a little bit more interesting.
Ooh, I love it.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's just more fun to look at and less boring.
It really is. I picked out some roses for October because they're little October roses.
We don't know what else is going on, but at least it'll be pretty. I'm going to add some butterflies down the road. Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit because I keep moving myself out of frame. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. And it is funny, Mom. So, I totally forgot. I've been kind of good about remembering to put on a little bit of face makeup, but because I've been in the in-service and I took a shower right when I got home, I knew we were doing this, but I totally forgot to do the makeup. And then we went live and I went, oh, I still have my mask face on.
Mask face.
Mask face.
I tell you what, I was wearing sunscreen the other day when I was wearing my mask. And then the next time I put it on, which I do realize you're supposed to wash it every time that you wear it, but this is real life and it may or may not happen.
Right.
And I put it on and it made me so happy because it smelled like the beach.
Oh, so, I love
that
the
was
beach.
a win. That was a win.
I love the beach.
I got a whiff of that sunscreen and I'm like, this takes me to a happier time.
Every time I love that.
Yes.
Every single time I do, what am I trying to say? My brain is not working.
The masks.
We're talking about masks.
And the beach.
The beach. Thank you. That's what I needed. That's my go-to word. Whenever I buy soap or whenever I buy something that smells, I buy all of the versions that have to do with the beach and the ocean.
Nice. You sound like my mom. That's how my mom is.
It smells like the beach all year long.
Hey, there is no shame in that.
I live in Memphis, but if I moved anywhere, it'd be next door to Kenny Chesney, and it'd just be so that I could listen to him play his guitar and sing his beach songs, because nothing says beach music to me like Kenny Chesney.
There you go.
I love it.
Speaking of, my dad is the new program director at the country station in Covington. So shout out to Rob Grayson. He just moved over there. He does radio stuff. So he has a whole different set of creativity, but he is a creative for sure. He's an artist too, but he won't admit it. But he's got the art skills.
So what does he do?
He picks out all the songs that you hear on the radio there.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, and he does a lot of production work too. He does stuff that I can do. I used to watch him edit commercials and radio things when I was growing up, and I just watched and thought, nope, this is something, this is not for me. This is too stressful. But he just does it and makes it look easy,
But picking out what comes next?
Yeah, like he programs the logs and everything.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but he does it well. So
that's real bougie.
What do your parents do?
My mom is retired.
Woo-woo!
She worked for my whole life, severely mentally ill patients. Like she was a case manager for a while.
Wow.
For a long time, helping adults with mental disabilities. Do daily activities like go grocery shopping and work in a group.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so
that's a gift right there.
Yes, I have super fond memories of this. I spent my whole youth growing up going to whenever I was sick, I'd go to work with mom, and it was awesome. I remember people with schizophrenia and with bipolar disorder and just other mental difficulties and challenges. And I think it was such a blessing because it normalized everything for me. They were I saw people as people. And so I remember doing skits with them and hanging out and eating, and I remember it being fun. And
that's so neat.
It was awesome. And then after she transitioned out of that, she worked as an auditor for those facilities in Western Tennessee. And did a lot for elder care facilities too. So she audited both types. Yes.
That's a cool mama.
I know. And then my dad is a nurse. And he has the most amazing bedside manner. He could give a shot and you wouldn't even know what's happening. And
that's amazing. He's
super gentle, super delicate. I remember being a kid and jumping on an old tennis court that had wood edges, and it was old wood, and I got a huge fat splinter in the soft part of my foot and took a bath to soften it, and my dad pulled that out like it was nothing.
Oh my goodness.
And just super gentle hands. And then Knott's Berry Farms, I went to that theme park as a kid and raked my hand across a rail and got splinters all over my hand. And we sat and ate New York style pizza or Chicago. I don't know. I think it was New York style pizza. And I just sat there eating while he meticulously tweezed out 50 or more.
That is amazing.
And it was just, that's just Dad.
I think if I could have one skill set that I don't have, or like one gift that I totally don't have, it would be to be able to be that way and not get squeamish, because I'm so squeamish. I almost passed out when I had to have blood drawn at the doctor.
That's Paul. Paul does not do blood.
It's bad. Yes. Paul and I have lots of
We were talking on the way up here about
it's not necessarily good things that we have in common.
No, but you know, God pairs us with people to fill in our gaps.
It's true. It's true. And he is also directionally challenged, as am I. So,
yes.
It's solidarity on that one, which don't ever let that scare you if you order a map made by me, because that's a different thing.
It is.
It's
making it and following it are not the same.
Yes. Making it, looking at it from an aerial perspective versus actually navigating it.
Not even
3D. Thankfully, those are two different skill sets, because it's unfortunate. I was telling Ashley that I grew up in Bartlett, and that doesn't stop me from having to pull over and use Waze on occasion. But you know what? There's no shame. There's no shame. Or at least I'm shameless. Maybe that's what it is.
You know, I feel like life's too short to be, if it's not your gift, like spend your time making the things you're really good at, like way better. Like, why are you going to spend your time on those? And you know, as long as we have smartphones now, like that probably was a much bigger issue when you were learning to drive than it is now.
Yes. But you know what? God has us be born in the right times, because I came along at a great time for GPS, and here we are. And air conditioning, which I've been thinking about. I feel like I've been hotter this summer than I ever have, because I've spent so much time outside. Because like that's how you typically can see anyone, you know, like if you want to see anyone, you need to be outside in general.
I really enjoyed the beginning of the summer.
Yes.
When there was so much air.
Yes. And the spring was so pretty. It was a very pretty spring.
I don't feel like we have much of that right now.
No. You know we do not. I was reading an article yesterday about this person, I think at the Atlantic, who went to Disney World, and he was writing about his experience. And he said it's so bizarre, because typically this time of year at Disney World, have y'all been to Disney World?
Yes, but it's been a while.
Well, typically this time of year, you go inside and you look forward to going inside, because you get the air conditioning and it's just refreshing and you can finally breathe. But not now. Now you're like not really relishing being inside with a bunch of strangers. It's a weird time. It is.
It's a different time, and that's okay. That's okay. It'll change. It won't always be this way. This too shall pass.
And we will make many crazy little memories during this time that we will look back on, and our kids
and not remember. We won't remember.
No, and our kids will be like, "Do you remember when we had to like do this?" And we're gonna be like, "Oh my word, did we? Did we? We did."
So it'll be interesting to see what sticks out. I guess more of us should be doing like memory journals or like things, because we won't remember. Journals. Yeah, we won't remember. What it was like.
No, it's already kind of getting to be a blur. Like if you think back at the beginning of quarantine, like I don't really know what I did with my life. I guess I was homeschooling.
Mm-hmm. We didn't go anywhere.
No, neither did we.
Paul, like we basically sprayed me down when I was at my door. Like anytime I had to leave to go do something. And
whenever Chris would go to the grocery store, I would be like, "You need to get in there, change your clothes, take a shower, and girls, don't hug him. Don't hug him. He's been out in public."
That was me. Like I was the one that left, because I was coming here working for the studio, and everybody was like, "Oh, Ashley,
go deal with yourself."
Right.
See the rest of us.
And you know,
deal with yourself. That's the famous
deal
way
with yourself
of saying that. Yes.
I like that. Go deal with yourself,
because we don't want to deal with you until you do.
So I need a sweet tea stamp, because I'm very frustrated. Very frustrated that sweet tea stamps don't really exist. There's a whole bunch of coffee stamps.
I feel like that is something that could be rectified.
But there's not really sweet tea stamps. And I found something last year that looked like sweet tea, and I used them all. I ran out.
You have coffee though. I saw coffee over here.
Yeah, but what? Oh, that's the one with tea in it. Look at that.
Okay. Yes. Which of course I'm
there it is. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
That's adorable.
So that's my Thursdays.
What's funny is I didn't even notice the tea. I was just like, my brain filtered it all out to be like, coffee.
I didn't need that. Where's the coffee? I'm like,
and you could
bump the coffee. I don't care about that. And see, look at this whole page of all the other lemonades.
Oh,
I don't care about that.
Do you at least like the way that coffee smells, or do you not? No. You're one of those.
Yes.
You're one of those.
Look, do you want all this coffee mess? Look at this.
Yes,
ma'am. And look, tea bags. I don't want hot tea.
Bags.
I'm not English. This will have to do. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
You know, one of my dear friends that I used to work with back in my all-day working days is a British girl. Only she would correct me and say English because she's from England, and she said that you really don't want to loop them all together.
I'm not British. I say English.
She says English. She was like, I'm not British because I'm not from Wales. I'm not from Scotland. I'm from England.
So Wales is.
I think so. I think you could potentially be British is like the whole thing.
Oh.
And
you were so right, Rhonda. You were so right. She said use a mason jar stamp. I need a tiny mason jar stamp.
Yes,
That's what's gonna fix me right there.
Yes, you do.
How are you?
But she would literally have tea time every afternoon. It was the most adorable thing. Like she would sit in her office and she would make her tea, and she would bring like those cute little cheese wheels that you can get at the grocery store in the fancy cheese department, like the little personal size, and crackers, and then like a little pastry, a little tiny pastry. Or she'd go down to Starbucks and get a scone, but then she'd complain and say that it wasn't a real scone.
Right.
Scone, or however it was that she
said. Not a that I get.
It was American, but that's what that made me think of, because she had her own private tea time. And I thought, you know what? I could get on board with that. I could have tea time. I could have my little pedophores, only I'd have coffee. But I
do love English Danish. Like, do y'all like the show The Great British Bake Off?
I like The Great British Bake Off? What? Obsessed.
I have watched all of them twice.
Yes.
Like, oh wait, now I need to sanitize.
Oh, I'm clean. Right?
Yes. So I love them. Have you watched the Christmas ones, the Christmas editions?
No, I need to.
There are 2 or 3 Christmas ones.
Hello.
And okay.
Somebody's
so
gonna be having Christmas in July.
Sorry, Chris. Netflix is being taken over.
Yes.
Go look
Chris
at it and then go look at the ones that are like it. So what I like, they have Christmas ones, but it's only like, it'll be like one episode, and it's like a part 1, 2, 3 best of, like who's the best, and like they award somebody something for Christmas. And then,
oh my goodness.
And then there was one. Yay! Good. I love it. And so then there's ones, there's at least one where I think it's Mary Berry and Paul did a special Christmas one, like a Christmas special where they baked together.
What?
Yes.
Oh my word.
So you have homework. Okay. We need to talk about it for next week.
You know another show that we've been enjoying on Netflix that has to do with food is Somebody Feed Phil. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes.
It is so great. It's delightful. It's delightful. I did not know who Phil was prior to this. I just heard that it was good.
I've seen the previews for it.
It's so good. He goes all around the world and eats all kind of, the thing is, it makes you very hungry. So you need to maybe have a snack in hand when you watch it, because otherwise you're just going to get jealous.
We're going to skip a Thanksgiving show. Maybe we do it on the Wednesday before.
Okay.
Or wait, that's like the day before Thanksgiving. Maybe we do it on Tuesday.
We'll work it out.
I'm not going to put a T on that week yet.
Okay.
So what I'm going through is, I know on Thursdays, I don't know what's happening in life, but I do know that we have sweet tea and pearls on Thursdays.
Yes.
So I know that
this
can happen.
This was an excited motion. It didn't really look like it.
Woo! I know that that's happening.
This is what happens when you've been in social isolation for a long time, Ashley.
Yes, I've been there with you.
Yeah, we've all been there, hopefully.
Together.
Right?
Oh,
haven't we all been there?
And then Thursday this year, it's going to mess us up again. Look, Christmas Eve is on a Thursday and New Year's Eve is on a Thursday.
What?
So we may have to work that out.
Well, we can do that.
And
we can work some things out.
Yes. We'll figure it out.
Do you need some hand sanitizer? You do. Let me go get some.
No, my girls call it sanitizer. Sanitizer. It's not sanitizer. It's sanitizer. And they love sanitizer.
Oh my goodness.
They love sanitizer. And we got to be careful because Mimi doesn't do smells real well.
Oh.
So our sanitizer, for the most part, is now what's this?
It's lavender.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. If you don't like lavender, you don't like it.
No, I like lavender fine.
Okay.
Our sanitizer, for the most part, is from Bath and Body Works.
Ooh.
And it smells real good, y'all.
Yes, ma'am. I will say that I once received a Christmas gift from a family member that was nothing but hand sanitizer. And
weren't you excited?
I was so excited. And that was before obviously that was before.
Right.
Before that tells you COVID. The kind of person that I am.
Look, whenever somebody gets me, I'm all for, if you want to get me Bath and Body Works hand soap or sanitizer, I'm fine with that.
That works.
That's a good gift right there.
That is a good gift.
You know what is like the go-to teacher gift though is Starbucks cards. I'm here to tell you, not all of us like it. Oh. And you know what my husband's favorite time of year is? When I get my Christmas cards for Starbucks that I'm not interested in.
But he likes it.
He's real excited.
I bet.
Oh, the sound is weird. It's because we're way back here and we're not. I feel like we need to try to. I'm trying to talk loud. I'm so sorry, Rhonda.
We will project.
So we're not usually in person. I'm usually right in front of my computer in a small room, and we're at echo. So I'll continue to work it out. I'm really sorry. And I didn't bring the mic. I brought a light, but I didn't bring the mic. So next time we do this here, and we're not going to do it again here until, hold on, it's on my calendar.
Look at this efficiency.
Right. So our next one is Thursday, September 3rd.
Ooh. I need to put that on my planner.
I put it on the first Thursday of every month. I just thought, you know what? Let's do the first Thursday of every month and come here.
Yes. Look what I just did. This is not necessarily the cutest thing in the world, but
it works.
I had to cover up a school date that changed. So I put a sticker on top. Whoop. And I used the little golden stamp. Look at this. So
so we've got to project. So you got to project. It works better when we project.
We can project.
I can work on that. I definitely have my diaphragm voice.
If you're a teacher, you have to have your diaphragm voice. Am I right?
Yes.
Now, how do I clean this off? Do I just wipe it with a paper towel?
I like wiping it. I like getting a paper towel or a plain paper, and just like rubbing it on there. Like the best way to do it is actually like soap and like clean it off and dry it off. But I just do that.
Where is your scrappy paper?
Oh.
I don't want to use fancy paper.
Oh no. I think it's in the front. Think it's in the front. I am just going through the whole year putting sweet tea stickers. For the closest thing I've got to sweet tea stickers. It's the only thing I know that's happening.
Hey, but what a fun thing to have happen, right?
I think so. I love hanging out.
I do too. We like our creative time.
I do too. And I know Rhonda likes to do cards. Do you have any funny stories?
Is that our friend Rhonda?
Yeah, that's our friend Rhonda.
Rhonda! Yay! I I like that girl.
She was fun.
She is fun.
So what else? I'm trying to think if I have any funny kids stories.
We have been doing virtual VBS all week.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, because you can't do it in person. So we've been doing it online. And I have to say, I think it's because I homeschool. I have not been knocking it out of the park with this one. Like, we have not been doing everything extra. You might think that because I homeschool, we would.
No, I actually think the opposite. I go the opposite way, I feel.
But they enjoy it. They don't realize that that's how it's
Oh, baby wipes. Rhonda uses baby wipes. Do we have?
wipes.
I might have wipes in the front up there.
If not, I have some in my car. Because with little kids, you always have to have baby wipes with your little messy faces.
They might be in, look in the Bible journaling bucket, like in the black rolly cart. Do not like coffee. I do coffee. Oh, man. There is one sticker that I cannot believe that I didn't see in this book. Hold on. Let me get this. Hold on.
You find a winner?
Look, it says, morning tea makes me happy. It probably means hot tea, but that's not what it means for me.
You know what? You can have sweet tea any time of day.
That's true. It's sweet tea time every time.
Every time.
So where am I going to put that? I think I need to put this on my year view, my year plan.
Yes, you do. 100%.
There we go. Morning tea makes me happy. Bam.
There it is.
Bam. That's the truth.
That's all you need to say. That says it all.
But see, then there's things like, you know, coffee happens or whatever. But first coffee, whatever. I don't care about any of those things.
Oh, it's such a shame. It's lost on you. So you're not a coffee drinker. What is Paul's favorite coffee shop? Does he have a favorite?
He likes
local place.
I don't know if it's like a small town stuff. Like there's
like Crave or.
He loves Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
When we lived in East Memphis, there was a blue coat. There's I don't know, like a little blue. There was a Blue Hut place that he liked.
Ugly Mug.
Yes, he liked Ugly Mug. I love Crave for the sweet potato fries. Like I love their sweet potato fries and their French dip. I love that.
I love their cinnamon roll.
Oh, that is good.
I'm obsessed with cinnamon rolls, and they have a very good one.
I love cinnamon. Hey, look, we're talking about the Great British Bake Off. A couple of years ago, this is pre-studio, when I had a little bit more time, and I decided, you know what? I want to make cinnamon rolls. Not the can, like legit.
Yes.
Make cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
With the double rise.
Yes.
Like, with yeast.
Legit.
Yes. And I found a recipe that was a copy of Cinnabons. Nailed it. First time ever that I did a rise. Yes. And I did exactly what it said.
And you did it.
It was delicious.
Okay, we have an argument in our house. My husband says that cinnamon rolls that come in a can are every bit as good as homemade.
That's not true.
That is a big lie.
It's a big fat lie.
Yes.
It doesn't even taste anywhere close to the same.
No, there's no like yeastiness. Like it's just from a
can.
It
was so good and yeasty. Yeah, it's not even close to the same.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone understands me. I will say when I was in college, my roommate.
Ooh, iced coffee. Where do you like yours from, Rhonda?
Iced coffee, yum.
Paul likes iced coffee.
Yum. I will say that my college roommate decided to make homemade cinnamon rolls one evening.
How'd that go?
Oh my word. We ran into a couple of people and they said, "What you doing this weekend?" And we said, "Well, tonight she's going to be making homemade cinnamon rolls because, you know."
Let me tell you, if you think you're going to do it. I think you should do it. What I didn't know, it takes like 5 hours.
It does. It's a commitment.
It's a day commitment.
And she got started early. But here's the funny thing. Word spread like wildfire. And that night, we had so many random people turn up at our apartment because they heard that we were having homemade cinnamon rolls. That we were like we only got a tiny bit. It was just a tiny morsel because we had to divvy it up. And it's so funny because she's like, who did you tell? And I said, well, I only told this person, that person. She said, well, I only told a couple people. But word got out. And it was actually like one of the funnest evenings in college because
that is awesome.
Cinnamon roll party. We didn't even know that was a thing. But apparently when you're making cinnamon rolls,
people show up.
Well,
it's funny that you say that. When I went to Memphis College of Art, I lived in the dorms my freshman year, and we were so adult that
as are we all, right?
We did a weekly dinner. Like it was a co-ed dorm, and in my dorm there, like the floor that I lived on, there were just 8 of us in the whole dorm, and then the building next to us, there were 16 people, I think, and we had a weekly dinner. She says I like them all.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to eat all the cinnamon rolls, but it's definitely better if they're homemade.
I'll for sure eat them.
Because I for sure ate some canned cinnamon rolls the other day.
Yes. I do not judge canned cinnamon rolls. I'm just saying that there is
bacon is like a magical art.
Bacon.
Yeah, it's not like cooking.
No, see, I don't care for bacon.
You can just wing it and throw some stuff.
That's a controversial thing about me. I don't care for bacon.
Oh, yeah?
But I used to when I was a kid. I could eat so much that.
Oh, you don't like baking or bacon?
Bacon. I don't like bacon. I'm like the only person.
Have we talked about that? When I was pregnant with Jesse, I could not stand the smell of anything pork.
Really?
We live in Memphis, y'all. Do y'all know how much I love bacon? Meat, candy. Do you know how much I love barbecue nachos? My favorite. Central Barbecue. Yum.
Well, and Memphis smells like barbecue.
It does.
And I do like the smell. I appreciate the smell, but you did not at that time.
No.
I could not stand to watch commercials. You know those commercials where they zoom in on a hamburger and they show how juicy it is? I could not. Like those would come on TV and I was like I never loved them because I'm not a big meat person, but that was the worst. I couldn't even look at them.
Okay, so Rhonda does a strong, at her house, she makes it strong, her coffee and her iced coffee and sweetened with Aldi's coconut creamer, Aldi's, and she's up for 3 days.
That's amazing.
Bless you.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at you.
Of course
not. I'm sorry. But we would cook in our dorm, and we thought we were so grown.
Oh, of course.
It's like we'd make a family meal, and everybody would come by.
Party, right?
Yeah, it was like a dinner party, and all the doors were open, and everybody come eat. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet that was fun.
Yeah, that's how people think art school, and they think everybody's a bunch of druggies and potheads, and I was the most boring person. I went to work. I came home from work.
You had a job.
I went to school.
You were so responsible.
I was very boring.
I would have loved art school, I gotta say.
We did have a lot of fun though. This is when veganism, I went to art school when veganism became really popular and very trendy. And so we had trendy vegans at my school. And so the student life director, Mark Pepke, would joke around and he got AstroTurf and put it on a pallet and had you can see where I'm going. Made a little mound and had a yard sign in it, and he had on it vegan grazing knoll. It was outside of our cafe called the Sleaze and Slime.
Oh, that's awesome. Y'all had a cafe?
Yeah. It was home cooked food. That was one of yes. It was amazing. My work study was there.
Ooh.
And Jana, who was in charge of the sleeves, I got to work for her, and I learned, like, my one regret is that I didn't photocopy all of her recipes because
So they were that good.
Oh my gosh, like they were her recipes. Wow. We made lemon poppy seed scones. I made all this stuff, and we made homemade hummus, garlic hummus, and it was delicious.
Y'all are exotic. I don't think I'd ever even heard of hummus when I was in college.
Oh my gosh. And like we had little pita triangles that went with it, and it was like in a little container. There was this roasted red pepper with cream cheese and a bagel sandwich thing. That was amazing. She just had all of these things that were just right. Like, who makes lemon poppy seed scones? Zucchini bread.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I had access to all of it. So every week, like, I'd go in and I'd be like, what am I making today? And she'd tell me, and oh yes. And she'd tell me, because Rhonda went there too, and I'm sure she was around because she worked at the art center, so I'm sure she knows the people, the sleeves and Jana and stuff. And so it was, I miss it, and I miss her recipes. And she retired, and then we got another guy, and he was fun, and I really enjoyed him, but it wasn't the same. It was like, this was just unique, amazing, definitely art school, definitely artist food.
Nice. That
I was stupid and took advantage of because it was there.
It at the time.
Right. You don't appreciate what's there.
Well, I'm trying to think what we used to have. Golly, I know every weekend, or maybe it was every Saturday night, they had either steak or shrimp. And you got a little ticket, and you could use it to get one or the other, and that was it. And of course, I didn't care for either one because I'm the weirdo that I am. And so people were always like, hey, can I have your ticket? They were like trying to buddy up to me, like, we know you're not going to use it. Maybe I can get steak and shrimp tonight and really live it up. So, and then they would, and then people would see him and be like, hey, how'd you do that? And then they'd point to me. And it's like, well, that explains it, because she's the weirdo that doesn't do much meat. So I would have fit right in. I would have fit right in at MCA.
You definitely would have.
I would have enjoyed it. I loved my college, but I do think that I would have loved MCA as well.
It was a lot of fun, and I absolutely loved my experience. It was so unique and different. I did student government as I got older there.
That's so fun.
Yeah. We, the one thing I would have, looking back now, loved to experience, you definitely would have fit in. The one thing I would have loved to experience that I didn't really experience was, I love college football, and I love the SEC, and I'm interested in that now. I don't know how much about sororities and fraternities. I see good and bad and whatever. And I love that I have friends now that of course they still know all of their friends from sororities. So it's easy to be envious of that. And yeah, I didn't have that. That would have been really neat, to have that 20 years later.
Yeah.
But I still love what I had.
Well, the thing about where I went to school is it's such a tiny town that, if you go to school in a big city, odds are people are going to stay there and you're going to still be together. But it's when you graduate, we all went in different directions. And we keep in touch, but I miss everyone. It's kind of sad because we're all spread out, and some of us did wind up in Memphis, but I would say most people I graduated with, I could be wrong, I feel like most of them wound up in Dallas. But, what's nice about that is that when we go to Dallas, we have people to see, and we can take a little road trip, and there's plenty to do there. So that's the perk. You have friends in different places that you can visit.
Yeah.
That are, that live in cool places. But I am envious of it's funny, there's always something to be envious of, and I'm envious of the people who went to school together in a big city and they all pretty much stayed there. And then they had their college friends still.
Like, I have a friend of mine, Sarah, and she's the only person I've ever known that does this, and it amazes me, and I love it. She is still friends with, she's my first best friend,
Aww.
3rd grade, and known each other that long, and we're still friends, but she's friends with everyone that she was close friends with.
So neat.
And she has her super tight group of people that she still hangs out with. Mm-hmm. And from elementary school, from middle school, from high school.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And I just don't. There's really only 1 or 2 people that I know from back in the day.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, I Facebook know.
Yes. Yeah, that's funny. So she's your first best friend that you still keep in touch with?
Yes.
Mine, okay, I have 2. I live next door to one from the time I was in kindergarten. So we are still good friends to this day. She's done a backyard visit at our house since COVID, mm-hmm. where we are distant. And the other one I met in 3rd grade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, actually we met in kindergarten, but for some reason we didn't really care for each other until 3rd grade. I mean, we didn't dislike each other, but we didn't realize we had anything in common. And then in 3rd grade we did. And she just called me while we were filming this, actually. So I'm going to have to call her later. And she doesn't live here. Oh. She lives far away.
Well, yeah, you'll have to.
As do so many people. But
that's what they do.
That's what they do. People grow up and move.
Shame.
Not our favorite.
For shame.
Yep. I'm doing a coffee theme in September because I'm thinking that's when pumpkin spice lattes reappear.
Yeah.
And I am definitely that stereotypical
that and I don't
girl.
Actually do pumpkin spice. I'm
that stereotypical girl. I realize that it's a joke at this point, but I can't help myself. It's so good. But you don't really care. You are not a pumpkin spice girl. Do you like pumpkin pie though? Are you into pumpkin?
Yes. Now I'll have to be honest. Okay, so I'm not gonna. I was the manager of a custard shop in college.
Ooh.
For a few years. Mm-hmm. No, half a year. I don't know. I was in college, and I was the manager, and we did a pumpkin flavored custard, and I had to Rhonda does not do pumpkin. I'm interpreting that as not doing pumpkin.
Either you do or you don't. It's very. It divides people.
Yeah.
It's very polarizing. That's the word I'm thinking of.
And I do like sweet potato pie. But I had to test every custard. And so I tested the pumpkin custard a lot. I had to test it every time we made a new one. You have to test it. So I ate a bunch of it and then got food poisoning.
No.
And not from that, from something else.
Oh, no.
But I'd eaten pumpkin custard. So I do not have good memories now.
Well, that's understandable.
Of that flavor.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it to you for sure.
Well, is this gonna work? Now, what I'm doing, I'm gonna give you a hint. What I like to do, I have something going on next Monday and Tuesday. So I put washi tape on it. And I'm going to write on top of it. So the washi tape are my parentheses or my arrows going through those 2 dates. What are yours? Oh, yes. Sweet potato pie. I'm going to eat some of that now.
You know something weird?
I feel like those are similar yet different.
I don't know that I've had sweet potato pie.
Ooh, you got to do it.
I do. That's kind of strange. I don't know that I've had it. It seems like something I would like. Is it kind of cinnamony?
Yes.
Okay. Because as we know, I'm a big fan of the cinnamon. Yes, thus the cinnamon roll obsession.
We should do it.
I think I just found my new motto.
What?
My mascara doesn't run, and neither do I.
That's a good one for you.
It's accurate. I don't like to run.
Put it somewhere.
I will walk all day long. I don't like to run.
I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, ooh, washi tape addict. Look, this is my washi tape file folder. It is full. Every drawer is full. I be loving the washi tape.
This is the best washi tape collection I've ever seen. It's amazing.
And that's not even all of it. I have a separate collection of all the plain colors that don't have anything on them. And I use those as bookmarks, identifying markers, because I am ridiculous. And on that note,
I love it so much.
On that note, it has been such a good time with you guys tonight. I hope that y'all join us again next week. Next week, I hope to be able to share the kid planner and to be able to show that to you. So if there's something or someone you want us to talk to, please reach out to us, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.